Hey guys, thanks for checking out the episode. We got a great episode. We talk about how I was almost abducted as a young man, and we talk about small towns and all that other bullshit, seeing your family over the holidays. So do us a little favor before you check it out. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, give it a little share, and then we can get on with this video. All right, welcome to You Got.
I might keep this for the end.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. My life is on fire. Well, here's the thing. I fucking planned Thanksgiving with my family, and my life is on fire. I'm in the middle of moving out of this apartment. I called my friend who went to Harvard Law, and I like having friends with credits. It makes me sound legit.
Am I one of your friends with credits?
What do you think your credits are?
I went to Yale, you fuckface.
Yeah, I know.
You're such a fucking asshole.
But then the people have met you. It's almost like you going to Yale is like somebody having a David Letterman credit on a bar show. It's like,
what do you mean?
It's like because it's so outdated that it's like so nothing good has happened for you in 15 years.
Oh,
you're
I see
using your
what
old
you're saying.
credit.
Yeah.
You went to Yale
Wait,
20 years ago
let me
for a
explain
career
myself.
that didn't work out.
Let me explain myself. Wow, you're a dick. Okay, let me explain myself. Oh, you're such an asshole. I meant as like a academic prestige thing. You said you have a friend that went to Harvard.
Yeah, I know.
And I also have a similar pedigree, but it's not what I bring up when people ask it about. Have I ever told anyone actually I went to that school?
Yeah. No. I tell people all the time, but it's more of like, hey, you want to know something funny?
What I know you tell people.
It's more of like
I know you tell people because I get off of stage and I'm telling dick jokes for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then another comic like Nick the other day was like, "Did you go to Yale?"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
"You fucking Santi is a fucking asshole."
Yeah.
Because I know how you. Because the way they talk to me,
you're the one Yale who
they
doesn't fucking bring it up
the
every
way-
chance they get.
What? Yeah, because I.
Yeah. It's like a homeless guy wearing a Yale hoodie.
There was a person at Yale who was a crazy homeless person.
Yeah.
And she actually went there for theater like 30 years before, and she never left the town. She became a drug addict townie.
Yeah.
And then you give her change, and she would recite Shakespeare perfectly.
Right. And they were like, can you wear a Princeton hoodie?
Yeah.
We'll give it to you for free.
Yeah. She gets paid $100,000 a year to wear a Harvard hoodie.
Exactly.
I went to Harvard. Romeo.
Yeah. She would recite Shakespeare for you?
She would.
Was it good?
Shakespeare. It was. Well, I mean, I was drunk.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Because she was a little bit of a booze hound. She would hang out at this place where they would have, it was a Mexican restaurant, but they'd have like $5 martinis that were like meant to fuck you up martinis.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
martinis. I'm sorry. What's the Mexican drink?
Margaritas.
Margaritas, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like gigantic blue margaritas, and it was
Yeah.
like $5 or something, and came with like 2 tacos. It was like for students to get fucked up with.
Oh, yeah.
And she would hang out there, and then we'd just get wasted, and then be like, "Want to hear some Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Hey, Rhonda.
Yeah.
I'm here, baby."
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did she know a lot? Or were you like,
I think
it's a
she had-
rerun. She's doing Romeo and Juliet again.
Romeo and Juliet again. Yeah.
Macbeth.
Yeah. Do Othello.
Yeah, give me a deep cut.
Yeah. Oh man, give me a good old fashioned Much Ado About Nothing.
All right. Yeah. That's sick.
So anyway, yeah. So
I tell everybody that you go to Yale just when I'm annoyed with you. I'll be at an open mic and I'm just like
I'll be bombing.
You'll be like texting me something annoying and I'm like, hey, does everybody here know that Dan Veza went to Yale?
Yeah. No, but people.
I'll use my time.
People do come up with me, and I can tell they've been told it in the tone of, believe it or not, you're never gonna believe this about Dan.
Yeah.
But people in institutions consider him smart.
Yeah.
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 Which is insulting.
No. It's not
And
that
rude.
Dan, it's not that people in institutions consider you smart. It's that your life is going so poorly compared to somebody who went to Yale 20 years ago.
It is. That's not also necessarily true.
No, I know. I get it. I'm teasing you.
Yeah.
It's friendly.
Yeah. I do have to say.
Yeah.
It does hurt though. No. I mean, just the fact that people are like, huh? What the fuck, man?
Dude, nobody knows anything about you. If you want to, you should just talk on stage about how you went to a good school and are a failure now. You know?
I don't want to do that. And it's not that it's even painful.
Yeah. It's
like,
just hack.
It's like, I don't want to be.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
a
comics in New York who talk
whose
about going to
life-
Harvard.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a I don't want to be an autobiographical comic.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I want to have funny thoughts.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, I'm Jewish. Jews. I
Yeah.
went to Yale.
Yeah.
Yale. Here's the thing you know about it. Here's the thing you don't know about it. Oh my God, the world
Right,
is
right.
like I don't want to talk about that world, and I feel like I'm more interesting than just a guy.
Well,
who,
no, it's just you feel your life is so tragically uninteresting that you're like, I'd rather talk about anything else.
I'd rather talk about anything else than the
Yeah.
time I spent at Yale.
Yeah. You're like, what's up
Yeah.
with fat chicks?
Yeah.
And you're like, ah, fuck. I was trying to keep it non-autobiographical.
It's like, fuck, what's up with the fat chicks at Yale? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, no.
No, I did it. Never mind. I got to edit that part out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's good.
They did have some fat chicks there, though. I'll tell you. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah?
Yeah, no. Every place has fat chicks.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about enormous people, I was just in Tennessee, and
But you didn't want to talk about it.
it was a college town. I'm not going to talk about my family, but I will talk about like because you were talking about like cheap college shit. I forgot that lifestyle. Are you familiar with Cookout? Do you know what Cookout is?
No.
It's a
I went to Yale. We don't do that stuff.
yeah. We don't get invited to those.
Yeah.
It's just a burger fast food
You
chain.
ever hear a shrimp cocktail? That's what we do.
What's the one with the red sauce? What's that? Marinara?
No, it's called a period. And it is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how like rich guys have women that they eat sushi off of?
Yeah.
Do you think like rich Mexican guys have women on their periods that they eat the salsa out of with chips?
You know what? I
You
do.
wrote the fucking joke.
I do.
You just made a joke about eating period blood, and then I contextualized it, and you gave me a disgusted look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
it was out of theft. Yeah.
Out
I was
of
mad.
theft?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
were
I was
mad?
Yeah.
You're mad I took your bit.
Yeah, I think Carlos Slim maybe does that.
Carlos Slim?
Yeah, he's the richest. He's one of the richest people in the world.
Did I tell you the story about a man related to Carlos Slim that I met once?
No.
I'll tell you the story in a
Okay.
bit. So anyways, Cookout is it's just a cheap fast food chain, and I went there and I was like, a burger's like $2.50. It's like mind-blowingly cheap to
Yeah.
the point that you're like, is
It's
this
sketchy.
Is this good?
Yeah.
But I went there. I had just done. I think I did a gig. I did a gig outdoors, which I didn't understand why it was outdoors. I had fun and it was nice. And I like shows out there because they're basically just like, yeah, just do whatever you want. And I'm like 20, and they're like, okay. I'm like 30, and they're like, yeah, sure. Like I was.
So funny how nobody has anything to do
Well,
there.
yeah, I walked into a mic and I was the last person. I was like, in New York, if you miss the mic, people are like, go fuck yourself. You're not doing
Also,
time.
if someone ran the light
Yeah.
even at a show
Yeah.
and did an extra 20 minutes,
Right,
like,
right.
It's like that person is universally considered an asshole and
Maybe.
would never get booked again. You have to be super famous to do. Dave Chappelle can do that.
I don't know about that, but we'll put a pin in that. But I go to this bar, and then the host is on stage, and they're streaming it on IGTV. There's like 6 people there, and some guy's like, "Hey, this guy's a comic. Let's hear this guy." And I go up. I just fucking wind up talking for 30 minutes because every 10 minutes I'm like, "Should I stop? Are you guys?" They're like, "No, please. There's literally nothing else to do.
That's insane.
Just what else are we gonna do?"
That's insane.
It's a smoky bar in Tennessee.
Reminded me of touring in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, thank God you're here and you call yourself an entertainer.
Right.
We've been looking for someone who pretends to be an entertainer forever.
Yeah. Right.
Finally, this town has imposters.
Right.
We're getting on the map. Soon, first you start phony, then you go real.
Right.
So you talk for 30 minutes.
So anyways, I fucking did this show out in the cold. So you're in the cold for an hour and a half. I don't know why. I kept hearing the South is like nobody gives a fuck about like everything you've heard about the South is they don't give a fuck about COVID. You'd imagine there's no reason to be outside,
Yeah.
right? You would be inside.
And it was cold there. You said it was 42.
It was 42 when I started. It was like 38 when I got off.
That's almost freezing.
Yeah, that's almost freezing.
6 points.
Yeah.
Yelly right here. They taught you that at Yale.
Yelly?
No, Yelly.
Oh,
yeah.
the freezing temperature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 freezing.
Yeah.
It's 0 in Celsius.
That's,
It's my minor.
that's good.
Yeah.
Your minor, 6th grade biology or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that chemistry?
Reading a thermometer. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I bought thermometers. So, anyways, I'm in the middle of fucking.
What if I didn't go to Yale? And,
I want to sue my fucking landlord.
Oh, okay. What if I didn't go to Yale and it was just a make-a-wish,
Yeah.
and then I just survived,
Yeah.
and now I just get to say it?
What if, Dan?
Okay, I'm sorry. You want to sue your landlord?
What if?
Yeah.
Let's play it out. what does that change?
I don't know.
It might as well have been, frankly. I don't know. Here's what's amazing to me. You might be like a mind-blowing composer, but I would never know. It's like if you were like a poet in Chinese And like a Chinese person was like, wow, this you have no idea how good this poetry is.
I am a poet in Chinese. You want to hear something?
Let's hear it.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Not gonna go there.
Go
Nope.
ahead.
Yeah.
That's one. That's
you know,
one.
a bunch of offensive noises. You know, I'm sure you do a good impression of me doing Chinese. You do it.
Oh man, you guys should have heard Dan right before we got on the mic. He was like, "Oh, so."
I was much less offensive.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
that. Yeah.
He was pulling his eyes back. I was like, Dan, what does that mean? He was like, you fucking Philistine. You don't understand poetry, you pig.
Oh,
That's
man.
why you went to Yale.
Yep. So you sue your landlord.
I'm in the middle. Like, my life is fucking on fire. I have to move. I'm looking at apartments. I want to fucking sue my landlord.
Why are you looking at apartments? You have to move. You've already found a place.
I was looking, and then I decided like an
So
hour
your
before
life
I
was
left.
on fire. Yeah.
No, because now I have to find movers. I have to drop a contract because I'm renting from a friend. It's like kind of very informal, loosey goosey shit.
Yeah.
I need to figure out because I'm trying to end my lease, but I'm wondering if I can sue her. So then I called my friend who went to Harvard Law, and I said, hey, I would like to sue my landlord. I said, what are my options? He goes, basically, I total up the amount of money. I think it's around like 7, 8, maybe 10 grand that I spent total moving into this apartment, including like rent while I wasn't there.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? That
Yes.
like that you could argue that was money. My money that
You
that
could argue
was,
that you put money into the apartment to fix it for the next person.
right, and also that I had to pay for the painter, I had to pay moving, I had to pay movers, I had to pay for a cleaner.
You didn't pay for the painter. You painted.
Yes, the paint costs $400. Paint is expensive.
What kind of paint are you buying?
I got paint.
You should have talked to me, man. I got a cheap paint guy.
Well, that's what I told her. I was like, I spent all this money, and she goes, "Why you get such nice paint?" I was like, listen, like I was like,
lead paint, cheap.
I
You
was-
use lead paint.
yeah, exactly. I was like,
Asbestos based.
I was like, I had to hire someone to clean the mold out of the fridge and stove, and she goes, "Why so expensive? You find cheaper, woman. They work for nothing."
yeah.
I was like,
mean,
all right, this is not. Anyway, so I asked this lawyer, what are my options? And he goes, okay, well, you can take her to small claims court where you have to defend yourself. He goes, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to take you so much time and energy.
yeah.
He goes, if I went, and I'm a lawyer, a Harvard lawyer, if I went, it would be hard for me because I've never done that before. It's different from any type of law. Plus, it wouldn't help if I represented you because they're like sympathetic to you if you're representing yourself
Yeah.
and you're a first timer. So he goes, you can go to small claims court up to $10,000 in the state of New York, and it's going to be a massive, massive amount of energy. Or you can try to find a housing lawyer that works on contingency. So that means you don't pay them anything, but if you win, they get a cut.
Yeah.
They get a cut of it. It's usually starting at 30%.
All right. I listen. It's better than nothing.
Right. So now I'm for sure moving on Friday. It's Monday night now. I literally got off a plane and came here. I booked the movers. I've been calling around to lawyers. I'm interviewing for jobs at the exact same time. My girlfriend's horny. You know, I got to deal with that later.
I can take care of that if you want.
No. I don't think you could.
No, I will.
No offense.
I could.
Sure.
Yeah. Look, I got a fist.
Were you gonna fucking read Chinese poetry to her?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Into her pussy. Yeah.
Right.
That's the key.
Yeah, that's the key.
To oral sex. Yeah. Yeah. Do offensive Chinese accents while you're down there.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay.
Someone
Anyway.
had a joke about that I heard at a show in Berlin many years ago.
Yeah. The alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose joke was that?
It was Caroline's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was when you're going down on a girl, you do the alphabet.
Yeah.
And then there was like
That's why Chinese guys are so good at oral sex.
Yeah, something like that. Or
Yeah.
I think she like also put a swastika in there at
Oh,
some
yeah.
point. She was like, I do the swastika. It
Yeah.
works every time. I don't know. Or maybe it's just something I actually did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you get bored down there.
So I do get bored down there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd.
It's not odd. I so love the idea of it.
Yeah.
And then within like 3 or 4 minutes of going down there, like I know if
You
it's
mean
oh, like,
after she's come like eight times?
yeah,
Yeah.
8 times and told me I'm the best she's ever had.
Yeah.
And,
After you get
you
the high
know,
score, you're like, this game is too easy.
As she's like, as I do it, she's carving my name into her thigh. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like that.
Right.
Like it's that good. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, I'm like, I could, you know.
Yeah.
I'd rather put my penis in something at
Really?
this point. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it.
who
I like
wants
giving
that?
head. It's great. There's no stress, and nobody can look at you.
Well, it hurts your neck a little bit if you're down there for a while.
Maybe if your posture is like this.
Yeah.
If you're like, my neck.
No, I lift her up like this. I got
exactly.
Yeah, I got the strength for that.
Exactly. So, anyways, no, I haven't seen my girlfriend. She wants to fucking hang out. I took a
You're like, I got a podcast
took
with
a
Dan.
flight. Yeah, she's like, haven't seen you in a week. And then I'm like, sorry, I have to go talk to Dan about eating your pussy. I have to go talk to Dan about exactly what you want me to do. And he's going to be like, your pussy? That's fucking boring as shit.
Womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, she's like, how was the podcast?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Interesting topic.
So my life is on fire, and then I have to go to fucking Knoxville, Tennessee, and do nothing for 4 days.
Yeah, it's annoying.
My dad is like, I went there because he's on call. He's like, he has to work.
All right.
So he's at work half the time. I'm just home alone in this house. The only room with internet has 3 cats in it and a dog that pisses on the floor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your dad sounds like a great guy.
Yeah. Well, listen. We're not going to talk about him.
Yeah.
He's a guy, and you know,
anyway,
we're on
you're
speaking
talking
terms.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just I got nothing to do, nowhere to go, and then it's just how much of it is it that I don't know what to do, or that it's just small towns, or just what are you gonna fucking do?
There's nothing to do in small towns.
You eat. I went to an open mic and I missed it.
There's a reason they have meth problems.
I missed it, and then they were like, "You want to stick around for the drag show?" This is how small the town is. The drag queens were women. They can't even get guys. Literally got going on in that fucking town.
So was women dressed up like men?
No, it was just fucking hideous women.
Oh, really?
They're like, slap some makeup on it. This will work.
Yeah.
You're passable as a hideous man.
It's like, you're a woman, but we love your Adam's apple.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let's put a little bow tie on that and send you out there.
Just like overweight, grotesque figures.
No, I was like saying they're like, and now for the drag show, and they're like, can you stick around and go just a drag?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
you
they
know
were
what's
like,
Raining Men?
they're like, you want to hang out? You know what's odd is also there was a bar across the street from where the drag show was, because I guess the drag show's at like the quirky artsy bar that also has a comedy open mic. The bar is called The Back Door, and it's apparently not a gay bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's like it's
straight anal sex only.
That's very, very odd.
You can only fuck women in the ass in this fucking bar, buddy.
Yeah.
This is God's back door.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what it was originally called.
Exactly.
God's back door. Yeah.
I love the idea of having like a very gay sounding name, and then it's just a straight bar.
Yeah.
Like tight little bussy. And people come in and you're like, what?
Anal sex with a bear. And you're like, no, we've actually fucked the animals here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bestiality bar.
Right.
Ew, we don't fuck guys. Ew.
Yeah. Exactly.
Otter's there too.
So anyways, you're in a small town and you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to fucking do with myself.
I'm lucky I'm in Jersey and it's in and out.
I don't know what's better, because you have to see your family often. I see my family once a year, and it is I'm just like, listen, I like spending time with my dad, but when I'm not doing that, I'm just like, what do I? It's literally fucking drive-throughs and movie theaters.
Okay.
You want to talk about? I saw House of Gucci. Dog shit.
Yes.
I'm fucking calling it out.
I told you it was bad.
House of Gucci.
I told you it was going to be bad.
Suck my balls. Terrible film.
I told you it was going to be bad.
I saw Encanto. This Lin-Manuel Miranda. This guy is so overrated. The fucking music is abysmal.
Yeah.
You should be writing these fucking musicals.
I went to Yale. I should.
Yeah, exactly. People come out and they go ching chong ching.
Yeah, exactly.
Chong chong ching.
Oh man, I'm telling you, before it was PC,
dancing.
Before it was PC, I've heard some white dudes write Asian pieces like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's usually a white guy with an Asian fetish. And he like goes to Yale for a composer. He's like, "Oh, this is all Chinese influence, got gongs and stuff like that." And you're like, "Oh, good God, no, this is not going to be good."
Oh, it's a musical. Gong! A beautiful geisha steps out and she's like, "The nerdy Jew with the glasses."
Not that far off.
Making my loins aflame.
Not that far off. I knew a couple people that went to Manhattan School. I don't know anyone that yet went to Yale that was like that bad. I went to a couple people from Manhattan School of Music that had some Asian fetishes.
Yeah, Yellow Fever the musical.
It was basically
Saturday Night Yellow Fever.
It was basically that. And let me tell you something. You enjoyed it. You're enjoying that, huh?
Saturday Night Yellow Fever. It's just John Travolta comes out and just bows in front of women. It's just him in a fucking sumo suit, knocking people off the dance floor and picking up women.
Staying alive.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful.
The Bee Gees.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you talking about? Yeah. So it's a bad movie. House of Gucci. And you were on another.
Oh, there's nothing to do. You got the fucking movies. You got watching television, you got the internet, and then you got fast food. That's it. It's just strips of fucking fast food.
And this is why it's better to have parents that are close by. because first of all, if I'm ever
Because you go there for 3 days, or how long do you go there? You go for an afternoon and you come back.
for this Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
total 7 hours,
Yeah.
including not including driving, maybe 10 hours including driving.
Yeah.
An hour and a half there, an hour and a half back.
there
I'm
somewhere
there
to
for
sleep?
5 hours, 6 hours. There's a place to sleep. I can crash there if
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm in, I'm out, and then it's that once a month, and that adds up to a lot of time
Yeah.
where you're eating lunch and catching up and talking, and
Oh,
you don't
you-
have to find something
Right.
to do
you don't,
together.
You get the meat.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking do the filler time.
Yeah, exactly. There's no in between. I go there, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, other people show up, we eat, we talk, we have some coffee,
Yeah.
we chill out for a little bit. I go, guys, I'm going back into the city.
That's
I'll
great.
see you 2 weeks from now.
Right,
and they're
right.
like, great, because I'm going to the dentist, so
Right.
I got my dentist is in Jersey.
Right.
We'll go there. He's like, hey, if your tooth is feeling better, let's have some fucking lunch. It's a free lunch.
Yeah.
I go some lunch, bing, bang, boom, it's done, it's over. I'm back in the city. It's great.
Yeah, your dentist, he's going to see what other ancient candy you've been eating to knock out
yeah.
your other teeth.
Dude,
He's like, stay away from giant lollipops. He's like, Dan, we need to have a serious talk.
I got a good talking to, not from the dentist,
Yeah.
because he comes in after the cleaning.
Yeah.
The hygienist, she
Yeah.
was like, you were here 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You did not floss once.
Do you not fucking floss?
I don't floss.
I fucking told you what floss to buy.
I don't floss still.
Why? Do you love having cavities?
I love it.
I don't understand.
It gets me hard. I
It's-
fuck the hole.
It's so basic to just floss.
God, Jesus Christ, you're like my fucking hygienist.
Yeah, she's right.
I know she's right.
Is she hot?
No.
They're usually hot.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you what happened at the dentist office.
Oh, did you fuck her?
Or did I tell you what happened?
You know your dentists are going to come out. You know your teeth are going to come out good if the hygienist is fat.
we're
If the
lying-
hygienist is not attractive, you know the dentist is in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
If he's got a hot assistant, you're like, this
Actually,
is just a little fucking
actually-
scam. He keeps going so he
we were
can fuck these
we were
hot
both
assistants.
spooning in the dentist chair, and that's when she brought up the flossing. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. She
Yeah.
was like, "I'm not gonna let you fuck me anymore if you don't start flossing."
Right,
And I was like,
exactly.
"Eh, you will.
Yeah, you were like, what, my teeth?
Yeah. Man. Did I tell you about the answering machine message at the dentist office?
Yes. We talked about it with Peter Ravello.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot it was on the podcast already.
My God.
Yeah, I listened. I didn't tell it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Go listen to that one, folks.
so
Go back if
it's
you
a
want to know what
classic.
the fuck we're
It's
talking
a
about.
classic from last week.
I didn't tell you the story of Carlos Slim. I didn't tell you the
No.
story of Carlos Slim. All right. Anyways, I'll tell it to you in a minute. Anyways, I watch movies. Anyway, so I did a set, and then afterwards I went to Cookout, and it was like 1 a.m, and there was 20 cars waiting in the drive-through, and people waiting outside huddled in front
This
to
is
skip
just-
the drive-through line.
This is just a town with nothing. Like everyone's in their house right now.
I guess it's a city. It's 330,000 people, but like
Whoa.
the only thing there is to do is go out to eat or watch a movie, I think, right?
Also, you have to remember you're sober.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can drink and drive. That's the other thing people love to do over there.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying is that you're like there's nothing to do.
Oh, right,
but
yeah.
A lot of, but meth is very heavy there. So
Right, right,
there's
right.
that to do, and
Yeah.
there's drinking.
Right, right.
So you can't.
Oh, yeah,
participate-
drinking and getting high. Yeah, I forgot that that's what people do for fun. In which case, that town's great because there's a million bars.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a college town. Anyways, you brought up college town, so it made me think of that, of people like, being like, oh, can I get bacon? And then it's $4. And then they,
What overpriced college towns?
No, I'm talking about this place, Cookout, being so cheap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I started researching it on Reddit, and people were like, yes, it will keep you alive, but it will destroy your insides if you keep eating there. Like, it's just very low grade quality food that's hyper greasy,
Yeah.
but it'll do the job. Yeah.
What's the job, to make you shit your pants?
To have food so that you don't collapse.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's some fast food restaurants are like fucking beyond
Yeah.
the pale.
All right.
What's the highest quality fast food restaurant, do you think?
In and Out, Five Guys. These are A tier, S tier.
Okay.
S tier is how they rank video
I
game
agree.
players.
Actually, that's the correct answer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like within the Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King,
Popeyes
universe.
rocks.
Popeyes is good.
Popeyes rocks.
Popeyes is good.
You eat it's so fucking salty, but you eat it and you're like, this is something. This is good.
I used to go to Popeyes all the time when I went to Yale.
Yeah.
Actually, I did. It was
Yeah.
one right near me.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Everybody there's wearing Princeton hoodies.
What?
They just pay everyone in the entire town to wear. Their rival's Harvard. I get it, but
no, but
Princeton's
like,
funnier to me. Also, Popeyes is orange and Princeton's orange.
yeah, but
I know that because
yeah, but I
hate
used to go in
Popeyes.
there. I was the only person I think was going to Yale.
Yeah.
I was only because it was so close to me. Yeah.
yeah, you wrote an opera about Popeyes.
Yeah. That was a New Haven is
Biscuits
unbelievably.
and gravy.
Yeah, there's been stuff like that.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed by the bad operas out there. Like,
Oh.
people are like,
I tell you, I couldn't distinguish it from good opera. To be honest with you, I hear opera and people are like, "This is the best in the world." I'm like, this fucking entire genre of music should be obliterated.
I agree. I don't think it's every time I feel like there's a large theater piece within the classical music world, this is the worst conversation ever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why is this even existing? There's so
Yeah.
many things that are better than this right now.
Yeah.
It's like nobody is enjoying this everyone is enjoying it on the level of I'm at the opera.
Yeah.
And that's what they think in their head. They're like, cool, I
Meanwhile,
went to an opera.
I went to see LCD Sound System, probably one of my favorite bands.
Yep.
Last week.
I know that's a band.
And I booked the ticket the night before I flew out, and then I had to get up at like 4 a.m. the next day or 6 or something. And then I watched that and I was like, this is relatively simple music. I mean, it's much more layered than like your standard rock band. He's got like a drummer, 2 auxiliary percussionists, maybe two synth players, guitar player, bass player, vocals,
Yeah.
keys. That like everybody plays 4 instruments and we'll trade off on the song, right? It's like an 8-piece band. But I was just fucking watching that and I was like, this is pure joy. I was on a little bit of ketamine, but that doesn't do that much.
What's a little bit?
A couple bumps? I don't know.
What's a bump?
Yeah, Dan, I don't know. It's why you ask. What does it mean? Enough that it gave me a little. It's like having a little buzz, but
Okay.
you're not like
10,
fucked up.
10, you're complete. You're like, I am
I was
on
at 2 or,
ketamine.
I was at 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it was just I was just like fuck. Because I also have like a long history of going to that band. See, I've seen them
And
like
doing
4
bumps of ketamine.
4 times. Yeah, I did acid once at their show, at their farewell show. And anyways, I was just watching it and I was like, this just fucking rocks so hard. Like, I love the music. Everybody knows it. Everybody's singing, and it's just like the music itself is just good. It's just incredibly groovy,
Yeah.
and it's fun, and it like connects to your body and your heart in a way that is.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing that at the opera.
Well, opera is like I said, everyone's out of it looking
Yeah.
in. No one's in.
It's like you listen
opera
with your head.
at the. Yeah, well, you
Your
listen with your
body's
head.
not fucking.
Yeah,
You're
not an
not
it's not an
gripped.
experience like that.
Yeah.
But there have been moments in acoustic music or even classical music where I've been in it.
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
Yeah, but something that's unbelievably like really complicatedly staged
Yeah.
and is supposed to have all these conceptual things. I've worked on operas before. I'm like, this is such a fucking waste of money.
Right.
God, like $400,000.
Well, also now it doesn't
for
make
a fucking
sense with
opera
fucking
about
television.
Marilyn Monroe that sucks.
Right,
Like, goddamn, dude. Dude,
Right.
give the money to me and let me write like 70 string quartets that are dope.
What would you? Are your string quartets good?
Oh, there's my string quartets?
Yeah.
That blows fucking pussies open. In a bad way. In a bad way. That's why I stopped. That's why I got kicked out of Yale. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Dan, it's just, we need you to stop blowing pussies open.
Well, the violin plays the first note, and just half the crowd starts squirting, just visibly on the
No.
stage.
I said it's a bad, like,
Yeah.
just like explosion.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like a tire going out.
Everyone's crotches are on fire.
Yeah.
You're like, Dan, why did you
Yeah.
write this shitty piece?
Yeah, boom, 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 you know? Then you got to replace her pussy.
Dan,
She's got a spare pussy in her butt.
why did you write this terrible piece of music, Staying Alive?
Shit.
I got a couple things that I could talk about or that happened.
I've one thing that I kind of want to
Rock and roll. Let's do it.
talk to you about.
Bring it up.
You told me to you were like, we got to come up with topics
Yeah.
for the show.
Yeah,
topical
yeah.
stuff. So go. I'm like, I'm not on Twitter.
I got
how do
topics.
I do?
Yeah.
How do I do Twitter?
Well, I sent Dan an article of Dave Chappelle going to a high school, locking the kids in, taking their phones away, bringing a camera crew, and then basically sitting there telling them that he's very famous and that, you know?
Yeah.
And being like, listen, you might be more successful than me, but as of right now, I'm the most successful, famous person here. And he does this fucking thing where he'll say something condescending and then be like, but listen, I love everybody and I'm just here for everybody. And it's like, that's not how that fucking works.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, you dumb kids don't know anything about gender in the real world, and you really should stay in your place. But also, I just love everyone so much.
Yeah, he's fighting a battle in his head that doesn't exist. And there's like a saying where it's like when you're in a hammer, everyone is a nail,
But
or
it's
everything's
also,
a nail.
Sure, yeah.
It's like, are you going to go into this school that
A
you
school
donate to?
auditorium,
Yeah, auditorium
against teenagers.
Yeah, they're fucking 17.
But it's also, of course, they're going to say dumb shit and be like, your art is hateful and you're killing people. It's like, yeah, they're fucking children, man. Why are you sitting here putting a camera in a child's face?
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Well, I hear there's another one where he goes into a nursery and does the same thing with
yeah?
the babies. Yeah. He's like, that's not how you suck on a titty.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Anyway, so I sent you that, and you were like, "How do you find out all this information?"
I would have found out about that, but I'm
3 days later.
Yeah. Some other things that you send me. I'm like, so you tell me to get on Twitter. I go, get on Twitter. And I'm like, how do I do Twitter? He's like, here's what you do. Just follow all the things that I follow.
Go on my profile. Follow every single account I follow.
Follow everything.
Did you do it?
Follow. I do. And you're.
Wait, did you do that?
Yeah, you're a really sick person.
What happened?
I swear to God,
what
the first thing that comes up is this.
No. Is it gonna be porn?
No, it's not gonna be porn.
All right, go ahead. It's not one of my tweets, is it?
No.
All right, go ahead.
My man, what do we have here?
Audio's not gonna
Yes,
come.
no. It's going into the. It's in the output. It'll be recorded.
Baby boy. Yes, you are.
It's an hour and a half.
Oh, mommy soft, fluffy, submissive boy. Oh, it's you, isn't it? My sweet little baby boy.
Yeah,
This is
great.
This is
I mean,
what.
I think. Listen, for me, I could sit here and listen to this all day. Stop it.
Yep. My
Yeah.
bad. Yep.
But that's great. That's here's the problem.
I'm looking for news articles, dude.
You.
I'm like, what's going on?
I
with
told
Chappelle?
you.
What's going on
If
with,
you
know,
follow my fucking profile,
Yeah.
you're gonna get people who want to destroy America. You're gonna
Yes.
get a bunch of right wing nut jobs.
Yep.
Right. You're gonna get a bunch of girls who have penises. Yeah. Yeah.
That was that.
Are you into it now? Have you been converted? I cannot fucking wait until Dan follows everybody on my Twitter. In 2 weeks, he comes back and he's like, I'm trying to convince Laura to get a penis.
They're really beautiful. I don't know, trans women.
Trans women, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really hot ones.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
great.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Beautiful faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. There's that.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is he?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what is this? Is your world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a horrible world
I
to
kind
live
of
in.
blocked Twitter, so I don't look at it.
There's also lots of straight up porn.
On my Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. I follow them on a separate list so that it doesn't show up at work.
Okay.
So you've seen my cleaned up list.
Okay.
I have a private list that is a lot of porn.
Well, you need to recheck it because.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I keep a little bit in there to keep it interesting.
Oh, really? Just to,
Yeah. Well, it's because you
just to give you a jolt at work. You're like, oh.
Well, it's kind of that, but it's also like you're reading like they're bombing Syria. Some guy got shot. Every once in a while, you need a little porn to pick me up. You know, in between all the tragic news.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to destroy America. America is a white supremacist,
like,
neo-colonial power. You're like, blah, blah, blah. And then
Oh my God.
Some girl's like, do you like my fucking pussy? Do you want to see me put quarters in it? And you're like, yeah, fucking finally. Thank God.
You're like, oh my God, they're bombing Syria. Look at the horrible scene. Oh no, wait, that's an open asshole. There you go. That's goat se.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Tough girl. Yeah.
Goatsy. Okay, so actually, did you follow my Twitter, or did you just find that somehow? Did you find that on
I
my
followed
Twitter?
your Twitter. It was on your Twitter.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it came up on your Twitter.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's how bad you are at the internet.
It's-
You
it
see
was a
one
Twitter,
crazy
and
thing,
then-
and you're
and-
like, how odd.
And then
I try to follow as many crazy people as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that video was on there with the "This is a low point."
Yeah.
Like that was the comment of the guy. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
listening to this nonstop. This is a low point.
Yeah,
for
so it's a
me.
guy making fun of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a daddy. Ooh, yeah.
Meanwhile, that should be the opera.
What?
Someone should sample that. That was actually your friend who went to college. It turns out that the same way that like you had to take copywriting jobs, he just took jobs
Yeah.
composing girls moaning.
I know a really well-known composer.
Yeah.
He was from Sweden.
Yeah.
And he came to America. And when he first came to America, he was going to school at Columbia. Didn't have enough money to live in New York.
Yeah.
And he would score porno.
Nice.
He would score Swedish porno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fuck me harder. It's like,
That was his pen name.
I'm a dirty Norwegian.
Yeah.
It's like,
pretty much.
oh,
Yeah.
what if my beautiful Swedish wife finds you
Yeah.
with your cross country skis?
Doug Stanwood had that famous joke, like they have stinkless pussies.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true? Why would they have stinkless pussies?
I don't. It's just because they seem so pure.
I see.
Yeah, that's the joke of it.
Wow, you really butchered that fucking joke. I gotta
no,
say.
it went about as well as.
I was like,
yeah.
you know what? I'll give Stanhope 0 stars for that joke.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Russian satellite?
What happened with the Russian satellite?
So Russia had a satellite that it was like outdated, I think.
Oh yeah, they exploded it. Right?
They shot a missile at it, and now there's just debris, and it's fucking up all the other functioning satellites. It's like messing with Elon Musk's satellites.
Oh, that's so funny.
So there's now just like, it was one piece, and now there's like thousands of pieces of space junk.
Here's what I'm saying. Did they know it was going to happen?
I don't think so. I have no idea. I don't think it was intentional sabotage. I think they might just be retarded.
I think it's hilarious that you can be that stupid and be like, normally someone who's that dumb doesn't get to send things into space.
What do you mean?
It's like it's like when you fuck up that bad, it's normally like
Trump
in your
said,
house at a
how about we nuke a hurricane?
but
So-
it didn't happen.
I know, but over there, they got a can-do attitude.
I'm saying but I'm saying it's
They
like
get it done.
somehow they have the technology to go into space.
It's just a missile. Everybody has missiles, man. It's not hard technology, I don't think. It's not rocket science. I mean, it is. It is rocket science.
Yeah. Do you think people who are good at rocket science they get shit for not being able to eat pussy well?
What do you mean?
She's like, "What are you fucking? It's not rocket science."
Right.
Like you're down there. He's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know. I can't figure this out."
Yeah. He's like, what's the rate of acceleration
Yeah.
of my tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the drag coefficient?
Also, why is there a fuse now? That's my rocket science.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard to send a missile into space.
No, I've done it.
Really?
Yeah.
How was it?
I don't know. I got it at the Hobby Lobby. I just.
Yeah. Can I get a space missile? Let me one of them space missiles.
Apparently, we're gonna have so much debris and trash orbiting the Earth that we're gonna have people think we might have a ring like Saturn, but it's just garbage. Which is the best metaphor for Earth. on Earth.
That would be so funny.
It's just like McDonald's wrappers circling the Earth.
It's McDonald's wrappers and unrecycled dildos
Right.
and fucking vibrator. It's just gonna be sex dolls.
Have you ever tried to get rid of a dildo? There's nothing you can do with it. You can't resell it. No one's buying it.
What you first of all you regift it. That's what you do.
I did.
Yeah.
I did do that. I
Oh,
gave.
really?
You want to hear a story?
Just the guy that like smells.
The guy.
Yeah.
The guy, I bought a dildo, and then I read online that apparently it's
I'm
not,
sure you could
it's
sell
not
any-
body safe. It's not like you shouldn't put it in your body. Certain materials it's fine to put in your body, and other ones are porous.
What did I
and
tell you
they
about
absorb.
that asbestos dildo factory? Yeah. I told you that nuclear power plant. Don't get the dildos at the gift shop. man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
glowing greens ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, what happened was, I had ordered this dildo, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to use this. It's not safe. And the guy wouldn't take it back. He was like, no, you already touched it. I don't want it. I can't sell it. You should have read the article, $40. And then I went to my friend's house, and this is kind of a weird guy who fixes all my electronics. He's building a massive sound system, and I would like to hear it very much. But anyways, he's a very odd duck, and he's got this roommate somebody upstairs just collapsed. But
Yeah, I know.
He's got this roommate
No,
who's like,
the fat lady finally died.
it's a non-binary guitar. It's a luthier.
What's a non-binary guitar?
No. It's a they/them person
No, that's not okay.
who is a luthier. Luthier. They fix guitars.
Okay, is that what that's what you call a guitar?
People who fix violins, cellos, basically wood instruments, the stringed instruments, they're luthiers or luthier.
That's new. That's new for me.
Yeah.
I went to Yale.
It comes from loot, I believe.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that I knew. From my
Because they're
education at
looters, they
Yale.
rob Best Buy.
I also knew that from Yale.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were taking a day trip to fucking fix Fifth Avenue. Anyways, I move in. I'm getting my guitar fixed by his roommate, this luthier, and I'm like, hey, the guy's name's Jonathan. I'm like, do you want a dildo? And he goes, yeah, I would love one. So I come back to pick up the guitar, or I see him at some point in between to fix something else. I give him the dildo. He just sticks it on the fridge, and they have
for dessert.
a massive dildo just on the fridge. Then I come back to pick up my guitar, and I'm like, oh, hey, what happened to the luthier? And he was like, they moved out.
No, because of the dildo on the fridge.
I have no idea, but I
Yeah.
can't imagine it helped.
Mm.
I think that that person was not very open to having a dildo on their fridge, and the guy who I gave it to was, and that was just kind of maybe the final nail in the coffin of their relationship.
What if he moved out because he found out that the dildo on the fridge wasn't safe?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "What? This isn't safe for me to fuck it on
Right.
the fridge." Yeah.
What have I been putting in my partners?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was that story.
Is there a way to? There's no good way to get rid of a dildo. You can't just put it in the trash.
You can. Is that a good way to get rid of anything?
Oh, I see. There's no proper way to recycle it.
Yeah, I'm not like that guy Jonathan from
Would
England.
you buy a dildo if it
You're-
was recycled? Like if
No,
it was
nobody
melted
wants
down?
nobody wants to buy it used, and I guess you can recycle it and throw it away. But I don't know if they actually recycle it. It's like a health risk.
If dildos could talk, they have the most amazing stories.
If dildos could talk with Dan Veza, wee,
Yeah.
yay!
Yeah.
They're just the happiest things on earth.
Yeah. Or miserable.
Yeah.
You know, God damn, dude. Man, I just want to be clean, man.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man, when the drawer opens up, you see the light come in, like the dildo's point of view. He's like, no.
Right.
And he goes into it. Okay.
You know, like Veggie Tales. You should make Veggie Tales, but it's all sex toys. What do you think about that?
What, stinky Veggie Tales?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It's called Veggie Tales.
Yeah.
It's only cucumbers.
Veggie Tales.
Veggie
Tales?
Pretty good.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
You got that
I
one.
think we got a name.
Veggie Tales. That was the Russian satellite. Did you watch Tiger King?
Yeah.
Did you watch Tiger King Part 2?
No.
So it was kind
More
of
tiger, more king.
yeah. They didn't resolve anything, but apparently like one of the guys came forward and said he wasn't actually going to kill Carol Baskins, and that Joe Exotic got set up by the feds and the guy who took his ranch, Jeff Lowe. So anyways, they started talking more about this character Jeff Lowe, real scammer, and they talked about some of the scams he ran.
Yeah, he's just had a bunch of fake zoos in Florida. Basically, the
Incorrect.
laws.
Incorrect. This guy, one way that he made money is he worked at a battered women's shelter, and then they had like a Goodwill.
That's where all the cash is.
They had like a Goodwill drop off, and he would just keep all the stuff and sell it himself because he had like liquidation stores for like returned goods.
Why battered women's shelter though?
What do you mean?
Well, there's no other place to. I feel like there'd be a homeless person shelter would be more.
Why?
Well, I just don't know why battered women.
I don't know, man.
Maybe it was closest to his house.
Yeah.
They set up one right next to his house.
You're saying why something's so sad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go for homelessness.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Apparently, you stole $14 million worth of merchandise doing that. That was a pretty good little scam, right?
It's a very good scam.
He got caught. He was sentenced to a halfway house because I guess he pleaded like drug usage and drug addiction or something like that. So they put him in a halfway house. He sold everyone in the halfway house stolen televisions and watches, and then he blackmailed them into letting him go.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, and like he would just keep running scams. Like with Joe Exotic, I think like Carol Baskins was suing him, And so he told him like, hey, just put the park in my name, and that way she can't sue me and get it. And
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
just kept the park.
Oh God, it's so. Why would you trust him for
Yeah.
anything?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
people are-
there's
people
no
are
way
fucking
he's
stupid.
there's no way he's not going to scam you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
What people are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for him. Where is he now?
I don't know, man. I think he's a senator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He's awaiting trial. I mean, the documentary left everything on what's happening.
I lost my phone.
Do you need it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I had some topics on it.
All right. Do you want to take a minute? Anyways, so go for it. I'll review Tiger King 2. Tiger King 2, interesting, but I would say nothing gets resolved. It just opens more questions. Is Joe innocent? Are you finding your phone or
Did
what?
you steal it? You steal my phone?
I didn't
Oh,
steal your
shit.
fucking phone. It's right there on the floor. God damn.
Okay.
Carol Baskin is her husband. Did she kill him? We don't know. They say maybe they found him 20 years ago, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's something to do if you need to. Are you back?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. So anyways, I give it 4 paws.
Yeah. 4 out of what?
8,000.
Oh, that's
This is
terrible.
a bad review.
It's a bad review.
Don't watch
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. I like when people make it relative. It's like 2
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like out of 5,000 thumbs.
Yeah, I have 8 thumbs
Yeah.
in my ass.
You see a really good movie. You're like, bring out the jars of thumbs.
Right. Yeah.
What else? Oh,
I think that's it, man. I don't know. They made a Beatles documentary. I haven't seen it.
I think it's going to be bad.
Why?
First of all, I want you to know that I knew
That I was going to bring it up.
No, that the Lady Gaga Gucci
House of
Gucci
Gucci
Goo.
was going to be bad.
Yeah,
It had a great
Gucci Gucci
cast.
Goo.
It had Adam Driver, who's fun. Al Pacino, who's fun.
Al Pacino's fun.
He was great in it.
Yeah,
He was
Jared
great.
Leto.
Jared Leto was it was very watchable.
Well, let me tell you, you can tell. I can just even from in the trailer, they're like, let's take the best bits, the most serious moments,
Yeah.
and like the most thing that's going to draw people in. So you get to see for the trailers, basically you get to see the highlights without
Yeah.
any plot. And all the way, I'm like, this is badly acted. It's
Oh,
stiff.
really?
I hear shitty accents. They're
Yeah.
different accents.
Oh yeah. No,
It's
Lady
like-
Gaga
it's-
was bad. The accents were bad.
She was also in it, and
Yeah.
it's just, the pauses in between lines were too long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's just one of these movies where it's fucking 3 hours long, and it's like, why does everybody need to make a 3 hour long movie? Not everything has to be The Godfather. How long is The Godfather?
The Godfather is, I think it's like 45 minutes or something.
Oh,
like that.
nice.
Yeah, it flies by.
22 minutes plus commercials.
Yep.
Yeah, to fit into a 30
Yeah,
minute
people don't
time
know this,
block.
but The Godfather was an episode of The Simpsons. Yeah.
That's why it
Yeah.
starts and ends the same.
But drawn very accurately, very well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It took many years.
Did you know that Marlon Brando was actually a Muppet in that? Yeah, he had died 20 years ago.
They
and
put cotton balls in the Muppet.
Yeah, they put cotton
so,
balls in the Muppet.
so he would have an accent. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen carefully, you can tell that it's Kermit doing
Marlon Brando was really hot when he was young. Have you seen pictures?
Oh, dude.
That guy was like ripped and
Oh my
hot.
God, he puts the trans girls you like to shame.
Nah, man.
No, that's true.
No, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I'd watch him do a scene together.
I
I was watching a girl do an interview, does comedy, and has an OnlyFans, and she's like, "Yeah, sometimes people just book me because they want to fuck me, but you got to take the gigs where you can get them." And it's like, I mean, I guess I don't know. I've never been in that position.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I probably wouldn't turn it down a gig just because I felt like the person only gave it to me because they wanted to fuck me. But
Yeah,
like,
but-
what a world!
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're doing a Zoom show in my bedroom. If
right.
don't worry, you'll laugh. Yeah. Yeah, what were we talking about? Like
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he used to be hot.
You want to hear the Carlos Slim story? I'll tell you the Carlos
Hold on,
Slim
let's
story.
let's end with that.
What?
Let's talk about how hot Marlon Brando was,
Okay.
and then he got fat.
All right, Dan. Let's talk about it.
Do you know the Apocalypse Now story?
No, what's the Apocalypse Now story?
He was so fat and
Yeah.
insane during Apocalypse Now.
That's what the documentary was called, Fat
That-
and Insane.
There are scenes that he was doing on the boat.
Yeah.
Like there's scenes of him on the boat, and he had a
Yeah.
little mini fridge on the boat. I'm not joking. And in between takes, he would take ice cream breaks. He had ice cream in a mini fridge on a boat in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking rules. You don't know
That
this?
rocks. That rocks.
Do you know the story? This is 100% true. Both of these are 100%
Marlon
true.
Brando
confirmed
stories. Let's hear
Yeah.
it. He was gay, right?
Well, he was
like
bisexual.
He would like fuck other actors.
He was bisexual.
Yeah.
I think he had sex with David Bowie.
Yeah. No. David Tell.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice. I want you to stand over for me. God, I'm bad at impressions.
Were those different characters?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds like a black Marlon Brando.
So you know that Marlon Brando, like one of his last, like one of his most famous, "I'm only doing this for the money," was when he was in Superman.
Oh,
He plays
yeah.
Superman's father.
Yeah,
Superman's
yeah,
father.
yeah.
Not only was he demanding twice the money that he originally got,
Yeah.
but he said that he didn't want to appear on screen.
Right.
He only wanted to be a voice.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Well, what do you?" And he's talking to these producers. He goes, "What do you want to appear with your voice?" They're like considering it, and he goes, "A suitcase filled with money." And they're like, "That makes no sense. We don't want to do that." And then he goes, "A green bagel." And they're like, "Marlon, we're not doing that, Marlon." But what he was really doing,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
is making really cute anti-Semitic
Jokes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I kind of respect him for that. Because
Yeah.
later on, he got in trouble because he made a statement on Larry King.
Yeah.
It was like, Jews run Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then...
Isn't that didn't they start Hollywood? Like didn't they they couldn't get involved in whatever Hollywood was back then, whatever the main forms of media were, so they went
Yeah.
out west and started their own fucking thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you're asking Marlon Brando to have that historical reference. This is a guy that wants to be a green bagel.
No, I don't know
So-
if he wants to be a green bagel.
Yeah, well, he wanted to, stick it to those producers.
No, he's trying to be like, this is how greedy you Jews are. Is like, this is how artless you are, that you'll put a green bagel on screen
Yeah, but they didn't do it.
because
He had
you
to-
want my name.
He had to appear.
He had to appear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. He didn't really have any good movies later on.
Really?
Yes, actors are really those people with peaks, and that's it.
I don't know about
You're
that.
done.
You get second waves. Travolta got a second wave, right, with Pulp Fiction and all that.
Yeah, he got.
He
one
was in
good
Hairspray.
He got one good movie, and then
Hairspray remake?
He was in the Hairspray remake.
Yeah, I think he was in Drag.
Oh,
People were speculating that he's gay.
yeah.
Yeah.
De Niro's done.
No, what about Meet the Focker 17?
Oh, that was good.
That was pretty good.
Actually, you know what? That was his best role.
I don't know if you know this, but there's a pun
That
with
was the Godfather
fucker.
2 of Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more Brando stories?
No, but you said you had a story
Oh
about.
yeah, you want to hear a story about Carlos Slim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where's my phone? I lost my phone.
I think I told this. I don't know if I've ever told it on the podcast. I think I have. But when I was a young boy, when I was 19, I was 21. Okay, I was 21. I came to New York for a summer, right?
Okay.
I got an internship, and then the school gave me a little bit of money.
Nice.
And I found a room where I was sleeping with three of us in bunk beds in at the Marcy Ave stop in Williamsburg on the
Okay.
JMZ.
All right. This was what year was this? So this was like 10 years ago?
2009.
All right.
12 years ago.
Okay, so Williamsburg was still hot.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We were going out. I was going out a lot. I quit the job the first day. I was like writing content for a magazine because I already had the money from the school, and I was like, I'll figure something out. And my best friend at the time, or the guy I was hanging out with, was a coke dealer. So I was hanging out with this coke dealer, and which meant that he had a lot of cocaine. So we would just do a lot of cocaine.
Coke dealers tend to have a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd do this thing where he'd be like, oh fuck, I'm out of, because he would buy a certain number of bags to sell and then buy a couple for himself. He's like, I'm out of my stuff, and then so he would just get an empty bag and take a key out of every other bag and make a new bag and just sell people 0.9 or whatever
Yeah.
instead of a gram. Okay,
Skim.
I guess yeah. So anyways, we used to go to this bar called Sway. And on Sunday nights, they would play the Smiths and Morrissey exclusively.
Nice.
And it was like the place to be. I think Chloe Sevigny used to hang out there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. But that's where we would go. That's where the party was, in like Soho. And so I'm standing outside the bar one day. It was like a very hip, trendy place, basically. So I'm standing outside the bar one night, and we're fucked up. And I'm like 21. And then this man, he tells me, he's like, hey, we're going uptown. Do you wanna come with me to my house? And I was like, no, I'm not interested in that. And he goes, I'll pay you $300. to come with me, and I was like, no, I gotta go to Brooklyn. It's the opposite direction. He
He,
goes,
he didn't give you a reason.
hold on. He was like, and I'll give you another $100 for the car. And I was like, I'm not gay. I'm not really interested. He was like, I'll give you $300 to let me watch you masturbate in the cab. And I was thinking about it, whatever. I didn't do it. I was like scared physically. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen to me if I get in that car. But then
It's a coke guy. You don't want to get naked in front of
it's
them.
not a coke guy. This is different people.
Okay.
This is a guy I'd never met before. He just started
okay.
talking to me outside. And then he found me on Facebook. This is back when you could search. For a while, Facebook, you could fucking find anybody. Because if you, like, I think I told them what
Can't you
school.
still find it? I haven't actually. I admittedly have not Facebook stalked for a while.
It's way harder, but you could be like, such and such who went to this event, right? Like if you met on an event and everybody was going
yeah.
to every Facebook event back in the day.
Oh God, I used to do that.
Like
yeah.
you could find people who were at a party, at somebody's house party or whatever, very easily. Now it just tells you who's going that you already know. But before it used to tell you everybody that was going to go or that went, and it was all open, and they had the Graph API, so you could search through all that programmatically. Anyways, the guy fucking found me, and he's like, "Hey man, I really like your vibe. Let's hang out." And I was like, "Okay, no, I don't want to do that." And he was like, I think this was, he was like, "Hey, why don't you come to, I'm having a 4th of July party in San Francisco. Why don't you come? We'll fly you out." It was him and a woman. He was like, "We'll put you up. We'll give you a place to stay, and we can all party together." He's like, "You're straight, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've got a lot of beautiful women who would love to fuck you. So why don't you come with me, and then you can fuck some beautiful women."
Who is
and
the?
he
Where
started sending me pictures of the women. And then I was, I think I forgot to mention this. When I met him outside the bar, he was like, I was like, "Why are you offering me all this stuff?" He was like, "I'm very rich. Carlos Slim is my father." And I was like, "Oh, really?"
Cool.
He was like, "Yeah, Carlos Slim is my father."
Although the ultimate lie.
Hold on.
also.
And the girl's like, yeah, Carlos Slim is our father, and we're billionaires, and we just do what we want. And I was like, okay. This guy was doing a PhD somewhere, and I was Facebook friends with him.
PhD's nuts.
Yeah, he was doing a PhD in Latin studies, I think. I think he was ostensibly from Mexico, right, where Carlos Slim is from. So then when I went back to college, I went to a professor in the Latin studies department, and I was like, "Have you heard of this guy? Is this guy legitimate?" I think it was Dartmouth where the guy was doing it. And he was like, "Oh, I think this guy applied here." Or like he told me he knew the professors and stuff like that. He was like, "I've never heard of this guy." Like he was like a real guy. He was a PhD candidate. But then he was like, "Did he tell you?" I said, "He said he was Carlos Slim's son." And then he looked it up and he was like, "Carlos Slim doesn't have any sons."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And a part of me still wonders to this day, like, I kind of wish that I had just gone to San Francisco and, like, bought a gun just to see what happens. Because what if it was, like, a lavish world of billionaires, you know?
But it wasn't. He was completely wrong.
Maybe. I don't know if it was a delusional guy or maybe if he was, like, his illegitimate son. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, an illegitimate son doesn't like, "I'm Carlos Slim's son." You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "I'm rich, buddy." Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He was offering to fly me out.
Yeah. I'm sure you would have gotten
Drugged and raped, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe not to that extent where you're like, "What's happening?" I mean, but you would have been manipulated
Yeah.
into a situation
Yeah.
where you had no choice
Yeah.
but to fucking do whatever this guy wanted to do.
I don't know about that.
You said, "Let me just buy a gun."
Yeah.
And
If
go.
I had a gun, I would have felt safe going there and you know,
What is with people with, "I have a gun on me, therefore I think I'm safe"?
you pull it out and people back off. And then you walk out.
Yeah, but if you're in a
Just bust
unless they have a gun.
Shoot him in the fucking kneecaps then. I don't know.
You don't think the chances of you getting shot are like exponentially multiplied once you have a gun?
Why? By the man who has a gun and wants to rape me? I think if anything, having me having a gun helps.
If I'm like I just think the situation of 2 guns involved. If you were like, "Dan, you're gonna fucking do what I want you to do right now," weird fucking sex stuff, and you put a gun
Yeah.
up to my head, I'd be like, "I'm not taking my gun out right now." People are gonna start shooting. Someone's gonna die.
No, it's not that. You don't imagine that they would take the gun out first.
I'd rather just do the thing.
Ugh. What?
If I had a gun
Yeah.
on me, I would be. It would be
I would say-
really hard for me
I-
to get to defend myself against a situation where there also might be guns.
No, I would be like, finally, I have an excuse. You know.
Oh, really? You could kill yourself.
It's
You're like,
funny.
stand right there. I'm gonna tie this noose and commit suicide.
I want you to watch.
Yeah, tie that noose for me.
Yeah.
Tie it.
All right.
Man,
Anyways, so I met Carlos Slim's son.
nice,
Yeah, it was good.
nice.
And then I looked a couple of years, and he had for a long time on Facebook, you couldn't unsend a friend request, and so it just sat there
Yeah,
for years. I didn't accept it, and the woman, also sent me a friend request.
yeah,
Meanwhile, they were like in their 30s, and I was 21.
yeah. Well, they were just an older couple who.
They're
were
not a
trying
couple. The guy was
To,
very
yeah,
gay.
Okay, well, he's just a guy who was trying to fuck a twink, which I'm assuming you were very twinky at that point. Yeah, I'm sure you're a piece of ass.
As a 21-year-old.
As a 21-year-old, I've stalked you on Facebook.
Oh, have you?
I've gone through your old Facebook things.
Yeah.
You were babyface.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Now I belong at the battered women's shelter.
Yep. yeah. That's why you got those clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
All
Are
right.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
It's 1:03. We're cutting it pretty close. That means there's no cuts in this.
What does it have to be an hour?
Nah, you know what? Fuck. All right, bye.
Yeah. No, let's plug a little bit.
You know what we should do is we should do what the people do is where at the end you just at the bumper there's a bumper in the beginning that says, "Hey guys, thanks for watching. This episode was fun. Like and subscribe," and then you do the episode. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, we should do that.
You want to do that one?
I don't want to edit right. I have to edit this right now.
Just cut it where you said bye, and then yeah, we don't worry about the tags on this one. But let's. I mean, if you don't want to do it now, we don't have to do it now.
Well, let's do it now.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. What's this show called?
You got.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thanks for watching You Got. It really helps us if you subscribe and like this video.
Smash it.
Smash the subscribe. I've gone through 7 laptops just smashing subscribe.
Yeah.
And I regret nothing.
My doctor keeps telling me to stop smashing
It
subscribe.
makes me feel alive. My
like-
girlfriend won't talk to me because my hand is all mangled and filled with laptop bits.
Yeah.
Whenever I get close to her pussy, they glow. So, like the channel.
This is totally usable.
Subscribe and